What's up, everybody? This is Harry Bernard Taylor with the Straight Up Wrestling Show. I'm with my man, Christopher Burton.
People's Podcast. So what's happening, y'all?
First thing we want to say is happy 4th of July to everyone. I hope you're celebrating, out there, maybe doing some burgers, some hot dogs, some steaks or whatever, barbecue ribs. I hope you're getting down, man, today, like I say, celebrate our freedoms and give thanks to the ones who helped make this thing possible for us to be free and have our independence. So, Chris, man, we're pretty much gonna hit it off. We're gonna talk about American Pro Wrestling. We're gonna talk about that.
This
past Saturday had a tremendous night of wrestling. Man, tremendous night of wrestling.
I mean, been there, boy. That thing.
Man, I tell you what, we did get a portion of it. I forgot to take my equipment, so we didn't get all of it, but we did get a portion of it. And if you saw it, man, it was some some great action going on around that ring that night. And if you didn't catch it from us, check out Jerry Eagles. Check out his channel over there on YouTube and check out the whole thing, or you can check it out. Chris did post it here on Straight Up Wrestling Show.
Yes, sir.
And I tell you what, it was all the way live. It was all the way live, Chris.
It was, man. Right now. It was off chain, man.
Yes, it was. Yeah. Happy 4th to you guys too. I am still hurting from Saturday. I bet you are. What's that, Chris?
that's Charles Brock, the referee.
Yeah, Charles. Yeah, I'm sure you are, man. Referee Charles. He was. Excuse me.
Yeah, he got man.
Involuntarily, he got caught up in the melee. Took a boot to the jaw,
and then took a chair to the knee.
Yes, he did. Took a chair to the knee. Took a boot to the jaw. And, man, he wasn't ready for that. He wasn't expecting that. He's not a wrestler. And, man, I feel for him. Actually, I feel for a lot of wrestlers that was involved in this. And I know we had some guys like Nick Fury who really enjoyed it. Nick, he loves that chaos. AJ Frost. I mean, these guys just, they are used to that mayhem. They want the mayhem. But
and we're going to get into that later, though.
Yeah, we're going to get into that. But it was a pretty exciting night. Just put it that way. One of the best nights. And once again, I'm going to go ahead and give APW a shout out. APW, I'm going to go ahead and give them major props, major ups to what they was able to achieve the other night. And after a year of Chris and I doing this, I have to say, Chris, 4 of probably the top 8, top 10, 4 or 5 of the top 10 shows that I've seen on this independent scene is come from APW, American Pro Wrestling. So as far as all these promoters, and I mean, there's a couple promoters. I'm not going to say a lot of them. A couple promoters out here, and there's some other people out here that want to trash APW, and they have. There's people out here that's trashed APW. You can say what you want, but I'm gonna tell you right now, out of four, maybe 4 or 5 shows that I've seen from APW is the best that I've seen, and that's including the show. That's including the show that we're about to start. The promotion we're about to start booking for, that includes HWA, that includes Battle Zone, that includes 3 Count, and everywhere else we've been. At least 4 out of the top 10 that we've been to have been up there at APW. And I mean, they run every week, so there's a lot of shows to compare there, but we have seen a lot of great shows there. And I mean, not all of them been great. And, Chief J. Eagle, he'll be one of the first to tell you that. Chad Cope be one of the first to tell you that. AJ Frost be one of the first to tell you that, and a lot of other wrestlers can tell you that too. They haven't all been great. They've gone through some rough times. But I tell you what, Saturday night, man, they pumped it up. They threw down.
It went down, man.
It went down.
Hey, enough talking, man. Let's get into this card, man. Let's get into this card.
All right, man. Let me pull this thing up. Because I didn't have, like I said, I didn't have my equipment. I had my phone checking it out. So we didn't rate it. All this stuff is coming off the top of the head. So, Chris, first match, man, we had Chris James versus Uriah. And Uriah, newcomer, new cat in the business, haven't been going that long. And I mean, this is tall guy, look like a basketball player, man. And I mean, he's something different.
Hey, man, he's good, man. The guy is good, man. He's definitely definitely has a lot of talent, man, and he definitely gave Chris James, a veteran, a run for his money, man. He definitely, I was actually surprised because like I said, I didn't know nothing about the guy, but
Right.
when I saw him, I'm like, okay, this kid's got something, man. He's
Oh yes.
definitely putting in the work, and he's definitely making it happen, man. And he put together a great match and a great showing for himself.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And Chris James, the veteran, he definitely put together a great match. He does what he does. He does what he do, man. And it's good. It's great to see Chris James. I think this is the second week since he came back from his injury, and he went in there and he did his thing. And Chris
But
James,
but but he did have some assistance. I will
yes, he
say
did.
this: he
Yes, he
had
did.
some of his
Yes.
buddies, the tag team champions, some other members of the OGs, AJ
Came in and
Frost
assisted.
and Tyler Storm. So there were some extracurricular activities going on, and a little, as we like to say, Harry, some tomfoolery.
Yes, yes, it was some Thomas foolery going on in there, man, and it went down. But unfortunately, Uriah he caught that. He caught it, and I mean, he went down to defeat, and so it is what it is,
Yeah.
and and the referee got turned around by the other members of the OGs, and Uriah ended up going down in defeat, and he ended up losing the match, Chris.
Yeah, he did end up losing the match, man. But like I said, he still put up a good showing for himself,
Yes, he did.
even though he came up short on this particular day. But I promise you, there will be another day, man, or another time that these two will definitely meet. And I feel Uriah may come out on top, man. Especially if you know
He could. He could.
that the rest of Chris James' buddies aren't around.
Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. What'd you get that match, Chris?
I gave that a 3.5, man. I give that a 3.5.
3.5. I can roll with 3.5. That was a good match. 3.5. So, man, like you said, definitely great showing for Uriah. And I mean, this young man is coming up. Keep it up, keep it up. And all we see is a great future for him. And maybe he's gonna step into those shoes, man. That's been set by people like Tyler Storm and Chris James, who was his nemesis in this match. So next, Chris, looked like we had Brian Bullet. Our man Brian Bullet
Yes.
versus Jay Stunner. This right here was a very good match here. Very good match.
It was, man. It was a good match, man, because these two are veterans of the game. They know each other very well, and it showed, man, because they kept countering each other's moves. It was like they knew what each other were going to do, man, before they
Yes.
did it. They were in each
Yes.
other's heads, man. It was like, oh, you're going to throw a right, I'm going to bob, and then I'm going to weave, then I'm going to hit you with a left. He's like, oh, you're going to throw a left, I'm going to bob, and I'm going to weave, and I'm going to kick you in the stomach. It was just like a chess match going on, man.
Oh, yeah.
And even though Brian Bullet had the advantage mostly in this match, man, big shout out to Jay Stunner, because Jay Stunner, as we know, is no slouch. He can
Man,
definitely hold his own in that ring.
There's no doubt. And Jay Stunner, man, I mean, excuse me, Brian Bullet, I mean, he makes you feel it. He makes you feel it. He delivers those shots, and he delivers them solid. He delivers them hard. But I tell you what, Jay Stunner, the other night, the man seemed like he was on a mission. Not only in that match, in aftermath of matches later on, Jay Stunner was real the other night. I mean, Jay Stunner was coming back, man, with some vicious kicks, drop kicks, man, using his feet very well, and he used his feet very well in this match. So, I mean, I got to give Jay Stunner all the credit in the world.
Oh, yeah,
I
definitely,
really,
man.
It looked like at the beginning, man, Brian Bullet was just going to run through him. But, I mean, Jay Stunner pretty much matched him blow for blow almost in this match.
He did, and he couldn't put Brian Bullet away, man, because
Right.
Brian kept fighting and fighting and fighting. I'm like, what's it going to take to put this man away, man? I'm like, golly, something's got to give here.
Yeah. Brian Bullet is no joke, man. Brian Bullet took the win. What would you give that match, Chris?
I give that one. I give that one a 3.
Yeah, I give it a 3 too. That's what we got. That's what I had here. 3 stars. But it was a very good match, very competitive match. And man, everything, like I said, at this point, everything was looking very well at APW. Chris, what we got here? Everyone should come out to APW. You never know what will happen. No doubt about it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. 122 Builders Court every week, every Saturday night, man. Bowling Springs, South Carolina. You never know, man. It's a happening show.
Oh my gosh, man! I tell you what, Chris, I have no idea. Okay, the Freebirds.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
New Age Freebirds,
yeah, New Age
man,
Freebirds versus AJ
and
and
Tyler Storm
Tyler
of the
Storm. Yes,
OGs, and the titles
yeah,
were on the line. The tag team titles, American Pro Wrestling tag team titles, were on the
man,
line.
very, very competitive match.
Ooh,
Hard hitting, tough.
man,
I mean, these guys that like. I mean,
I
they've only been going at each other what a little over a month now.
yeah,
Seem like this feud has been going on 2 to 3 years, man. Like these guys are just really ticked off at each other. What's up, Hill?
Hill, what's happening, man?
What's going on, Hill Carmichael?
But
But
man,
yeah,
Harry, let me ask you something, man. This feud between the OGs and the New Age Freebirds. Have you ever, in all your years of wrestling, have you ever seen something so crazy for a tag team titles? Now, hear me out. Now, I can understand things going crazy for the heavyweight,
yes,
the US or the TV or whatever the case may be. But have you ever, in all your years of watching wrestling, seen craziness like this for the tag team titles?
that was a. I don't think so, Chris. I can't remember that much passion and that much hate between two teams. I mean, you could feel it boiling in that. You could feel it boiling in there.
Yeah.
And this right here led to people actually leaving APW because man, they felt that
they were in danger.
Really getting hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of somebody, man, that just like I said, Chris, I'm just gonna have to get back to him. But I said as soon as we do this, somebody's gonna be calling you. But man, yes, that was definitely tough. That was exciting. And I mean, Jackson Cage continues to prove himself over and over again.
That dude, man, that man is the Iron Man of American pro wrestling.
No doubt.
And why I say that, ladies and gentlemen, why I say he's the Iron Man, this guy, I don't know how it happens, but unfortunately, because it is unfortunate, every time he gets caught in the match for like 15 to 20 minutes and can't get back on the side of the ring. I don't know if the other teams just plan that good, or, for him and his partner or whatever the case may be. But the OGs, man, AJ Frost and Tyler Storm definitely had their plan together, man. And they wouldn't let that joker get out the ring to tag Chad Colt, man. And they put a beating on him, but couldn't finish him off.
Serious beating, man.
But they couldn't finish him off.
And AJ, when AJ is laying, and AJ and Storm, they was partners for years. They had a violent feud with each other. And man,
and somewhat they made amends. They were like, what? Let's put our differences aside, work for a common cause.
And it seemed like now, that they are both heels. AJ Frost had his viciousness have rolled off. Rolled off, man.
Yeah, it's rubbed off.
On Tyler Storm, man. They was vicious. They man, and those kicks. Tyler Storm got some of the best kicks. He throws some of the best drop kicks, and he uses his foot better than just about anybody that I've seen.
In the words of Jim Ross, he's got those educated feet.
Yes.
I don't know what school they went to, but he got some educated feet, man.
He's gonna knock the wind out of you, man. He's gonna leave bruises on you that you're gonna have to, when you get home, you're gonna have to be checking yourself to see how everything is going down. See how your body is feeling. You need to lift up your shirt to see what kind of bruises that this man has left. Is it purple? Is it red? I mean, what's going on there, Chris?
Check yourself into a hospital, man.
No doubt about that.
Because this match, man, I mean, Harry, this match was just insane, man. I mean,
it was.
And I don't think Chad Colt got in hardly, maybe once, maybe.
A couple. I think he got in twice.
Yeah, twice.
Chad Colt came in, man. Chad Colt was.
He cleaned house. He cleaned house, man. He cleaned house, man.
The strength that this guy has, man. I mean, he was throwing Tyler and AJ. He's throwing them around like they were sack of potatoes. With hip tosses and things. He took a hip toss, man, and throwing guys like 7 to 10 feet across the ring, man. So I mean,
he was, man. He was.
Wasn't no joke, man. Very powerful. His clotheslines, man, would just remind me of Stan Stasiak or Stan Hansen or somebody like that. Yeah, I mean, he was there to take your head off. So
he was, man. He was definitely.
He wasn't playing around.
No, he was not playing around at all, man. And and like I said, he got caught. He tagged back in Jackson Cage, who got caught in there, and they wouldn't let him out once he in, man. Once he got in, man,
Yes,
they
yes.
wouldn't let him out.
They had the game plan, take the weakest link, and keep him in there for a long time. And I tell you what, Jackson Cage is the man. Jackson Cage, this young man is a fighter, and he stays in there. He's
Yeah,
like
he
a
is.
military guy, a prisoner behind enemy lines, and he continues to take the abuse after the abuse, and he just keeps coming. He keeps coming to
Yeah.
get back and get the tag, get his partner back in the ring. And man, it just went on and on until it broke down, Chris.
And then at that point, man, when oh my gosh, it got to the point where Chad Colt just couldn't take it no more, man. He was like, you know what?
Yes.
Screw this, man. I'm coming in to save my partner. And when he did that, he cleaned house, and the next thing you know, all hell breaks loose. And that's the only way I can say it. All hell broke loose.
Man, people coming out of the back room trying to stop this thing.
You had referees, officials, and
I mean, it went outside the ring. And if you on Straight Up Wrestling show, go back, because the show we did record it live, and man, you will see that. And we was trying to pan it and get as much as we can.
Yes,
the action outside of the ring it was intense, man. It was one of the most intense things that I've ever seen in wrestling. And I've been watching this game almost 50 years, man. Been watching the sport almost 50 years. I'm telling you what, it was downright brutal, Chris. I mean, it just, all you can really say is people was getting butchered in and outside of that ring. And it got to the point where I didn't know who was on whose side. And, these guys were just, I mean, they just tried to destroy each other.
Man, it was crazy because, I mean,
over this title, these tag
all tag team titles, man, because you literally had, like I said, the New Age Freebirds, they want the belts. The OGs, they want to keep the belt. Brian, what's up? Real deal, Brian Bullet. What's happening, man?
What's up, Brian?
And he was out there trying to break it up, man, and he got caught up in fighting somebody.
Yes.
I mean, it was crazy, man. I mean, like I said, it broke out, and the ringside area couldn't contain him, Harry. Yeah. It broke out into the crowd, man.
Yeah, the crowd. Chairs upside the head, everything, man. I mean, it just
trash cans.
I thought they was gonna knock down the. Commentary table, Chris. It went up the stage, and we was on the stage.
Yes.
In the commentary area.
Yes.
It came up to that, so it just, man, it was chaos. But I mean, every single thing made sense. It's like,
and they finally got control of it, man, and things calmed down, and it was, oh my gosh. But and the match ended up in a disqualification on top of that. It ended up in the DQ. The OG still got the belt, but the winners of the match, were Chad Colt and Jackson Cage, the New Age Freebirds. But that's like saying, hey, welcome to the show. You get a participation trophy, but you don't get the real deal.
Yeah. Took a chokehold to get Jackson Cage to stop. Yeah. Wow.
Man. Yeah. And that's for my buddy. That's for my buddy Dagon. Dagon,
man. My man. What's up, Dagon? Yeah. Dagon had to get into a lot of action outside the ring too.
Like I said, the locker room was cleared out, man. The locker room was cleared out, man. But this is gonna. I mean, we're gonna definitely keep an eye on this, man, and see what's gonna happen. But
it's gonna fester on, and I know those two teams, it's gonna fester on, man, until we get to our show when we doing on the 30th, Hendersonville, North Carolina, man, Uprise. That right there, these guys are gonna, I'm pretty sure they're gonna carry.
And I'm gonna let the fans know. I'm gonna let the fans know we're gonna have extra security. So if this thing breaks out, you will be safe. Ain't no need to run for your lives.
No doubt.
Because you will be okay. I promise you. We're gonna make sure this thing ends in the ring. Whew. Yeah. All right. So, Harry, what was the next match?
We had a little calming down period. But let's go ahead and rate that one, Chris. Man. With the aftermath and everything, man. I mean, I would give 4.5 stars for the match. With the aftermath, got to give it 5 stars.
Yeah, 5 stars, definitely,
man. There's no doubt. 5 stars for the whole thing and how everything played out, man. It was great, man. Then next, man, we had Jay Eagle versus Justin Maccabee. I think, I don't know if he's Justin Edwards. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Justin Edwards versus Jay Eagle. This match, man, pretty good. Jason Edwards.
Justin.
Justin Edwards. He's a newcomer. I'm sorry, newcomer Justin Edwards. This is not my handwriting, so I'm looking at something a little different. Justin Edwards versus Jay Eagle. Justin Edwards, a newcomer just now started in the business, just like Uriah. He's a young lion, and we have a lot of new young
Eagle,
lions over there at APW. So definitely
and
get out
Eagle,
and see the new young talent. And man, he went in there and he got on the mic, Chris. Got on the mic and said he wasn't gonna stop until he beats Eagle. Now Eagle's been beating him up.
Because Eagle made fun of him, man. Said, "Hey, this guy's only had like 4 or 5 matches. He want to wrestle me."
Yes,
like, man, he's like, that's like wrestling a newborn baby. This is gonna be a cakewalk. Well, Justin came out there, was like, okay, you say I only had 4 or 5 matches. Well, guess what? I've had 7 now. So come on with it. And I was like, I like the confidence. I like the I like that.
The young man is ready to go. You know, he's like this. He's like a young man going into a prison yard or whatever, which we hope he never goes into a prison yard. And running up to the biggest bully in the prison yard and popping him in the mouth. And that's what he decided to do. And I tell you what, he got his shots in and everything. Yeah. But I mean, Jay Eagle pretty much took care of him, but he got his shots in. He did pretty well. And I tell you, if he wants to have someone to really where he can maximize his experience and get better and better, what better way than to go at a guy who's been wrestling for 47 years. That's how long he's been. Eagle's been in there. He's been doing this since 1975, 47 years. So he went in there against a veteran man that's
been there, done that, seen
every trick in the book. Every trick in the book, like Chris said, been there, done that. And he used it too, Chris.
Yeah, man.
He used his tricks, man.
I don't know. Technically, well, let's say this now. Eagle didn't have to use his tricks. He didn't have to.
No, he didn't.
But we talking about Eagle here. We talking about Eagle. And Eagle, man, now Harry, it's 4th of July weekend. It's 4th of July weekend. And I seen Eagle back there, had a red Solo cup in his hand. I don't know what was in that cup, but I got next to him and I was like, ooh-wee. I was like, man, that's some, I don't know what you got. And he was sipping on it before he went out. So I don't know if he was feeling real loose and confident, but but you saw for yourself, Eagle was in rare form.
Oh, yeah. Yes, he was in rare form, man. That, like I said, that might have made him feel a lot better as he went into that ring. And I tell you what, and I don't know what he had. He was starting his thing. He was starting his 4th of July a little bit early.
Maybe.
And plus he had his dinner for him. So, I mean,
he was ready to chew on something, man. He was ready to chow down.
No doubt. And I tell you what, Justin Edwards, man, is not a salad. but he chopped him up like a salad. Let's just say that.
Man,
able to get the win, man.
Yeah, Eagle got the win, man, and well, I'm sure Eagle somewhere celebrating 4th of July still.
Yeah,
and celebrating that win, man. But I tell you, that Justin, man, he's got a bright future in this business.
He's got a good future, man.
Justin, if you're watching this, keep doing what you're doing, kid. You got definitely a bright future, man.
No doubt. 2.5 stars, man.
Oh yeah, 2.5. Yeah, man, and we got a comment here from one half of the tag team champions, Tyler Storm. This is just the beginning for them guys. They better learn to adapt. Oh boy.
Oh wow.
Oh boy.
Okay. All right, Tyler Storm, man, tuning in and everything like that. Tyler, hit us up after the show, man. Chris and I want to talk to you. So, definitely, man. Wow.
Man, this stuff is this, ladies and gentlemen. When I say these 4 men hate each other,
yes,
and I'm being nice when I use the word hate. This is
you have to get out to APW to see this battle. You have to get out to APW to see this battle. And like I said, these type of things are going to continue. It's going to continue at Uprise, and it's probably going to continue at maybe another place somewhere else too. But we're definitely going to welcome it. Where Chris and we're going to be booking the show on the 30th. We're going to be booking beyond that.
And like I said, we got armed security armed security. So the fan, man, Harry, we got to keep this thing. Got to stay in the ring, man.
Yes, no doubt.
We need
No
armed
doubt.
security, man. Look, we're gonna be at the National Guard Armory. We probably gonna have some soldiers on duty, some cops, SWAT. Man, we're gonna have some folk there to keep this thing in the ring, man. Because if you saw what we saw Saturday, trust me, we're gonna need some folk with some guns, some knives, something to keep these jokers in the ring, Harry.
Yeah. They're gonna have to be held, man. They're gonna have to be held. They're gonna have to be held into the confines, man, of the area of where the action should be, because this thing can spill anywhere in the audience, or anywhere, man, inside that building. And we know what happens over there, man. Over there at Uprise, people like to stand up, people like to watch, and this right here will definitely have the crowd standing up. And it's a total different crowd over at Uprise Pro Wrestling than it is anywhere else. You're going to see a totally different crowd. These are young people. These are younger people that like to get involved, and I mean, they like to see the action. And I mean, so man, it's going to be different. And we're going to see.
Got a comment right here from Justin Cage talking to Mike Dagon, saying, "Dagon, this is war, and me and Chad Cope won't stop until we take back our gold."
Oh wow!
Oh my gosh!
Oh, that's Jackson Cage.
Yeah, that's Jackson Cage, man. He's telling Mike Dagon that they ain't gonna stop till they get those tag titles back, man.
Wow, man. Yeah, that right there. This is something serious, man. And this could be. It's gonna end up being the feud of the year, Chris. It could be the feud of the year when it boils down to it.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I don't know, man.
I would have to say the feud of the year as far as on the indie scene that I've seen so far this year.
Yeah, I've never seen nothing like this, man, ever. I mean, like I said,
I haven't seen nothing that intense on WWE or AEW. I mean, AEW this year.
No, man, because like I said, you have people fighting like this for the heavyweight title, the U.S. title, or something like that. But I've never seen such passion and intense vigor for the tag team titles. I mean, the Road Warriors and Midnight Express didn't even get into it this bad.
Well, the Road Warriors, yeah, that's true. That's true. And I can't think of anything, man. This right here, I mean, I'll have to go to a Tommy Wildfire Rich versus Buzz Sawyer, Magnum TA versus Tully Blanchard, Magnum TA versus Peter Koloff. That's the type of passion that these guys are bringing at each other, man. And it's great to see this generation of fighters, this generation of wrestlers that come at each other like that, because it otherwise you don't see that passion. I haven't seen that passion from this generation of wrestlers come at each other like that, man. And it's on fire. I mean, it is on fire the way they came in, the way they come at each other. And when you look at it, Chad Cope and AJ Frost, they are millennials. And then you look at Jackson Cage and Tyler Storm, they are Gen Z. So that's a generation gap there too. And they have come together. They're acting like our generation, Chris. The passion is our generation and the generation X and baby boomers. You would expect that from us, the way we came at each other, because we talk among each other. We always blasting each other, and that's the way we came up. But the last two generations have come up, man. They texting and everything else. They don't talk, but these guys, man, they talking. And
it wasn't a lot of talking with these guys. They were fighting. These jokers were talking with their fists, man. They wasn't it wasn't none of that. It was that.
Well, it's a battle zone of talk. It's battle words. It's a war of words.
Yeah.
And then it's a war in a ring. So they're coming together, man. Fisticuffs and everything.
Yeah, man. So let's get to the next match, man, because Lord mercy. It was, like I say, ladies and gentlemen, it was an action-packed night. It was insanity.
Okay, man. Next match we have Nick Fury versus Mayhem McQueen. This right here was a match that carried on from the week before. Danny Paris and I was at that match. Christopher Burton was not able to make that match that night. And I tell you what, that night, the week before, I can't think of what I probably rated it. Maybe 3.5. What's going on? Who's that, Chris?
That's Raymond, our buddy Raymond.
Oh, Raymond. What's going on, Raymond? Glad to have you join us. But that match, man, was between the 3.5 and 4 stars a couple weeks ago. they really went at it, and they went at it again this time, man. I mean, went just as hard as they did last week. I thought it was a very impressive match, Chris, and once again, very impressed with Mayhem McQueen. Mayhem
Yes.
McQueen, another young up and
Up
comer,
and coming. Yes.
haven't been in the
Yes.
business
Yes.
a long
Yes.
time, and man, he's going against a wily veteran. He's going against Nick Fury, who's been in his business like maybe 20 years or so. Him and AJ
Yeah.
came in together, and man, trained by one of the best in the business, and they just as tough as the guy that trained him. And man, Nick went in there just like he did last time, and pretty much played and laughed and just beat up on Mayhem McQueen.
Nick gets pleasure out of inflicting pain to people.
Yes,
man.
he does.
if there's a way to make you hurt, Nick knows about it, and Nick's gonna do it just so he can feel good. So if he got to rake your eyeballs out and hear you hollering and screaming like you getting stabbed to death, guess what? Nick gonna do it, and Nick loves it. Nick loves it. It Harry is almost like in a sick way. It almost like it turns him on to see somebody suffer. It's like I don't get it, man. How can you be that violent?
I mean, he basically was talking to us too. I mean, we say something. He was talking to Danny, talking to you, Chris. He talking to me. I'm like, this thing got to stop. And he looked up there and said, no, this thing ain't stopped yet. This thing ain't over yet.
It's gonna stop when I want it to stop.
Exactly. I mean, and Nick, he doing things that he really didn't have to do. Like you say, man, using the finger poke to death and everything. Yeah. Every trick in the book, this man used in this match. But I tell you what, Mayhem McQueen, man.
He took it, but he gave it back.
Doing a little boxing moves, doing some little Joe Frazier, man, bobbing and weaving. Taking his knee, hitting knee shots, and I mean, going for the lower leg region to try to slow Nick down, and he did slow Nick down a few times. Nick asked for timeouts and things like that. And McQueen went after him because McQueen ain't no dummy. He's like, I got to take my shots when I take my shots because
exactly.
AJ, I mean, Nick is not going to, Nick is going to play around with you, and Nick's not going to stay down because that pain kind of like gives him a little bit of adrenaline, I think.
Exactly. It hypes him up, man. It hypes him up.
He's going to beat you even more. He takes one to deliver 8. And he delivered the 8 shots that he delivered. You gonna kill every single one of them. I
mean, would you want to take one of them?
Heck no, man, no. Man, this dude, man, just like I say, anybody, man, just like I've said before, anybody, man, that look like they have fun fighting, you don't want to fight.
And that's Nick Fury.
That's Nick Fury, no doubt about it.
Matter of fact, McQueen had fun. McQueen had the man in a rear naked choke. I thought it was over. I was like, oh my gosh, because Nick, he ain't gonna tap out.
No, he's not.
I was like, okay, Nick gonna probably pass out. And this is gonna be over. McQueen gonna win.
Right.
But what did Nick do? He grabbed his fingers, man.
Yes. Yeah.
Who does that?
Could have broke the fingers, could have broke the wrist and everything because we pulled the fingers back, the wrist went back in a way it shouldn't go back. So I mean,
who does that, man? Who thinks of something like that, man? I mean, Harry, literally, if you want to fight, somebody choking you, are you gonna think, let me grab his fingers and see if I can break his finger? Man, Nick is a dangerous dude, but Mayhem, like I said, Mayhem was tough because Mayhem took everything Nick gave and gave it back.
Yes, he did.
Gave it back, man. So
yeah.
But ultimately, Nick won it, man. Nick won it.
Took him out, man. Hit him with I think he hit him with DDT, and then what he didn't hit him with the splash this time, did he?
No.
Did he win with the splash?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Frog splash.
Frog splash.
It was like a front face DDT, whatever. Then hit him with the frog splash. But over with, man. I gave it 3.5. 3.5 stars, man.
Easy, man.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good.
Like I said, I was happy when it was over because I felt bad for Mayhem, man. I was like,
I did too, man. I'm just like, I mean, the whole time, both, 2 weeks in a row, I'm like, when is this thing gonna be over? When is this thing gonna be? He's pretty much torturing Mayhem.
Yes.
But you talk about, you sit there and you think about John Moxley, you think about Bryan Danielson. And,
Eddie Kingston,
Eddie Kingston, and who's the other guy that's
Wheeler
Yuta, the Blackpool Combat Club. They say we want to teach people we want to teach violence. Nick Fury teaches violence.
I think
They
Nick
need to
taught
come
them.
down
I think
to
Nick taught them.
APW. What's that?
I think Nick taught them.
Yes, they need to come down and they need to see Nick Fury. They need to talk to Nick Fury. Like I say, and that's the reason I call him, I've started calling him 100% relentless Nick Fury. Because he's relentless and he causes a lot of fury. I mean, it's relentless fury.
He ain't gonna stop, man. He ain't gonna stop, man.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna stop until ain't nothing left.
I look at him and if you want to look at some history, if you want to see some great history of some great wrestlers, man, that really just relentless and that just put on action-packed matches.
Yes.
Go back and check out Alicia and Sean Porter's. Go and check out a YouTube channel and check out some of those matches that not Sean Porter, but Nick Fury. Just go to Sean Porter and Alicia Porter's YouTube channel. Check out some of those matches, man. Or go to Jerry Eagle's channel or whatever. Check out some of the matches that Nick Fury and AJ Frost, when those two was a tag team, back in the day. What was they called, Chris?
Juvenile delinquents.
The juvenile delinquents, man. Check those guys out. And like I said, and Nick Fury has some solo type things on there too. Check them out, man. Those guys was, goodness sake, fast, action packed. And what's so crazy about it, man? This stuff happened so long ago, and they still doing it. They still wrestle like that, Chris. Both of those guys, man, they are still relentless like that. And I mean, they started out, they was teenagers, but they getting up there in age. And I tell you what, it's great to see those two continue on doing what they're doing while they still in pretty much, man, basically in their prime, and they still putting it on because, hey, who knows how much longer they can deliver the way they delivering. But right now, man, they are delivering, and I think they can put this thing on for another 4 to 5 years.
They definitely
where they can deliver the way they deliver, and it's great to see that. And so, man, can't wait to see Nick Fury continue on his destruction, and we plan on having him over at Uprise so we can continue to see the things that he can do and push him up even more on this independent scene, man, because he's something special.
Oh yeah, he is, man.
And I mean, Mayhem McQueen, he's gonna be over there too, doing his thing. And I think Mayhem is gonna be something, he's gonna be something, man, on this indie scene too. That's he's gonna be a name to be reckoned with.
Oh yeah, so, definitely.
So all right. So the next match, Chris, let's see. We had two of the best, man. Damian Legion versus John Matthews, Chris.
Yeah, man. This was definitely a great match, man. John Matthews, we know what he can do, man. He's been around for some years, and he's definitely got a name for himself. And Damian Legion, well, Damian Legion is Damian Legion, man. I mean, veteran, hell of a talent, hell of a worker.
What, five-time or 6-time APW heavyweight champion?
Yeah, and I did not know that, man. I did not know that, man. But
the first time I saw him and Squeaks was the APW heavyweight tag team champions.
Yeah, and, they were tag team champions. Yeah, they were tag team champions.
But I liked him then too. But I didn't know that he had been in this business as long as he had been. And he's a veteran, man. He's a name that's gonna go down in the history books. He's already in the history books, man. He's a legend. He's a legend,
of course,
especially down up in Spartanburg, South Carolina, Bowling Springs, South Carolina, down through Chester and places that APW has been.
Yes, definitely.
This guy is a vicious competitor, man.
And John Matthews, what was so awesome, man? John Matthews was able to just about counter everything he did, man.
Yeah,
he was able to counter and get out of and fight, man. It was a great match, man.
John Matthews is one of the best in the business, and anybody disputes that, man, come talk to Chris and I. Come talk to Chris and I, because we're definitely we're gonna argue you down, and we're gonna tell you why he's one of the best in the business.
Yes.
And I mean, this young man, he deserves all the every bit of gumption that we put out here for him. Definitely give him his props, man, and pump him up, because, man, I mean, he deserves it. I mean, he gets in there. He's action-packed. This guy knows how to do it. He knows how to mat wrestle. He knows how to go to the air when he needs to go to the air. He does whatever.
Yeah, he does it all.
To get over in these matches. John Matthews, one of the best, man.
Yeah,
in
he
this
is, man.
division.
And Damian Legion, man. Like I said, this match was good because, like I said, they were countering each other, and
Yeah.
it was good because Damian Legion basically showed off his repertoire, and John Matthews showed off his, and I didn't know which way to call it, man. I
Oh,
really
it
did
was
not
hard.
know which way to
It
call
was
it,
hard.
man.
It was hard. I mean, they
And
went back and forth.
yeah,
Just
it went
straight.
back and forth to the point where I've seen Damian Legion do something that I didn't think he would never do.
Yeah.
He literally rolled out the ring and was like, "Screw this! I'm not taking no more of this. I'm gonna take a count out."
Oh
And
yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never seen Damian Legion back out of a match
Yeah.
like that,
That was
man.
pretty shocking. But the action got fast and furious. And I tell you what, Damian Legion, man, he's a little bit older, and he's like, man, this guy's fire, man. He is
Yeah,
fire. And we have said it before. When John Matthews running around with running around with his old partner, Kid Cutter,
Kid
in
Cutter,
First
yeah,
Division. Man, how them guys will come out before the match, run around the ring by 8 to 12 times, flying
and
around the ring, just slapping fives and everything, and get in there and wrestle for 120 miles an hour, and do that the entire match. I don't care how long the match goes.
and
This joke is
still,
going 120 miles an hour. And
yeah,
then now you got John Matthews solo, and he's going against guys, man, that's in the 40s, mid 40s, maybe 50,
yep,
years old. And John Matthews, man, in his early 20s to mid 20s. And I mean, and this guy, like I said, and he's still wrestling like he was a teenager. He matched Cutter, and Cutter's still a teenager.
yes, yeah,
And
man,
John
and it's
Matthews
crazy,
wrestling,
man.
and he's still wrestling at that pace that he was wrestling with when he was in that tag team.
Yeah, but I was
And
still shocked to see Damian Legion just take
yeah, I
that
know.
count out, though.
Damien
That's what
Legion,
blew my mind.
yes, he did. Well, it kind of remind me of, I'm gonna go to a boxing match, a boxing scenario, and you probably know about it, Chris. Sugar Ray Leonard, back in the
Yeah,
80s.
yeah. Oh,
He
sure,
retired
yeah.
a veteran. He retired a veteran decided to sit down on the chair and say no mas.
Oh, yeah,
Roberto
yeah,
Duran, Hands
yeah.
of Stone. And man, he was ridiculed for that for years. It pretty much ruined his career. I mean, Roberto Duran had a resurgence after that, but it took a few years before he did, man, because he went and fought Hagler and Tommy Hearns and really showed his bravery. But Sugar Ray Leonard, the young man, he
Took his heart, man. Took his heart.
and you can
Now
kind
I'm
of
not
look at
now I'm not gonna say John
he did.
Matthews took
No, he
Damian
took his
Legion's
heart.
heart now, but Damian Legion was like, "Look, this is going a little bit too fast for me.
Yes.
I wanted to work this at my pace. I wanted to do the work it the way I want to work it, and make slow this young boy down, and beat on him, and maybe take to the air once in a while." But he's like, this dude is just coming at me like a damn Energizer bunny, 100 miles an hour nonstop.
Well, Damian Legion is a veteran, and you know what? You know how it is in wrestling. He's going to reassess the situation.
Yeah.
He's going to say, I'll go ahead and take this count out. I'll take this loss and come back, and I'm going to reassess the situation, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to take this young man again the next day, and I'm going to get this thing down to my pace, and, I'm going to wrestle him the way I want to wrestle him. He's going to strategic, it's going to come back strategically, and pretty much try to systematically break John Matthews down. So we'll see what happens, and I know that's what happens because he definitely didn't take his heart. Because, like we said, Damian Legion is not afraid of anyone.
No,
there's no ins and buts about it. It's just that John Matthews, he was just like, man, this guy's just going on all.
Yeah, Matthews was just too much for him on that day. But I'm sure these two will meet again, and we're gonna see what happens. So, what would you grade that, Harry? What would you rate that, man?
4 stars, man.
Yeah, definitely easy 4. I could definitely give 4.
It was really, really good, man. Very competitive. Man, wow, man. This, like I said, so far, great night of wrestling, man. I have nothing bad to say about it. Then we had Dagon versus Craven, man. This right here.
I've never seen. Now Dagon, I don't know what was going on in his head. But Dagon was in rare form.
Yes, he was.
Because from the get-go, because he was wanting squeaks. He was wanting squeaks because he's like, look here, Squeak screwed me over. I want Squeaks because he screwed me over a couple of months back, and I want my revenge on Squeaks. I want him.
Yes.
Albert, the commissioner, came out and was like, look here, man. Unfortunately, Squeaks ain't here. He's like, I know Squeaks screwed you over, Dagon. And Dagon was getting pissed on top of that because he didn't get to finish his in-ring ritual.
Right.
And I'm like, oh my gosh. So you add fuel to the fire because Squeaks ain't there. You interrupt the man's ritual. Now that's 2 strikes right there.
Yes.
And then Albert was like, you know what? I can see you getting mad. You finish your ritual. I got somebody for you. And it was Craven.
Yes, come Craven.
And Craven, I'm sure he was, ready for a match. And we've seen Craven before. He's an excellent competitor.
Yes.
Just like we've seen Dagon. But like I said, that Dagon he was somebody different, man. I've never seen him like that. Because
he finished his ritual, went straight into that running jump kick. Jump drop kick, boom. Right into the turnbuckle.
And the bell hadn't even rung yet, man. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like,
this dude, man, is on he's on another level tonight.
I'm like, he's pissed. He's pissed.
Yes. And man, he pretty much was putting a whooping on Craven. I mean, Craven didn't start matching him, pretty much blow for blow there for a while. But Dagon kept on getting on top where, he was delivering 3-1. He got to the point where he had a 3-1. And, but Craven, man, great competitor, super athlete, man. You got in there a couple times, man, where he really had the advantage in the match, where he was taking control and he was able to deliver some of his signature moves. But man, this right here was an excellent match, man. It was really good.
It was, man. And I think did Dagon end up getting a win on that one?
Yeah, Dagon ended up getting the win. Yeah, he got the win. And I have to say that's another 4-star match right there. I say 4.5 stars. Yeah,
it was these 4.5 stars. And
4.5 stars. It was a really good match. It was very, very competitive. And I mean, it could have went either way, but Dagon ended up getting the win in this match.
And you know what, man? Harry, I just thought about something. Our show in North Carolina, Dagon's going to be there.
Yeah, Dagon's going to be there. Craven's going to be there too.
Squeaks is going to be there.
Yeah, Squeaks going to be there.
Harry, we gonna need security in the back to keep Dagon away from Squeaks. If not, Squeaks ain't gonna make it to the ring.
Tell you what, nothing's gonna go down that night between those two. We're gonna make sure of that.
Well, like I said, make sure we got extra security, man. Because you saw Dagon want Squeaks, and you saw what he did to Craven. So knowing those two in the same building, man, oh my gosh.
Yeah, we will talk about that a little bit later, and we will see how everything goes there, man. But Dagon, like I said, he's out the Squeaks up at APW, and we'll see how it rolls out, man. How it rolls out to wherever else they go. So, but yeah, this right here was a very good match, and I'm pretty sure Dagon. I know Dagon got the win. I remember Dagon getting the win. So, man, that right there was a 4.5-star match. And in the last match, Chris, we had a
heavyweight title
match. Dump Truck putting this APW heavyweight championship on the line against Dusty
Money. And a lumberjack match on top of that.
In a lumberjack match, like I said, the lumberjacks came out, and that was a mistake, Chris, because after I saw what happened earlier in the night, I didn't expect it didn't expect that to happen. And I tell you what, they took it to another level. But on with the match, man, Dusty Money. I mean, he was on the money too.
Dusty Money, man. He, as we know, he's a hell of an athlete, man.
Yeah, and I tell you
that man can do. What's Dusty? Probably about 6'1", 6'2"?
About 6'2". Yeah, I said around 6'2".
Probably about 230, 240.
Nah, I ain't gonna say he's that much, but he's around the 200 range, 210 range or something like that.
Man,
but he's in great shape.
Yeah, he's in great shape, man. And that man can do some stuff around that ring, man. I tell you, he is so comfortable in that ring.
Yes.
It's like being comfortable in your own skin, man. The guy can do things in the ring that just surprised the mess out of me, man.
Yeah. And I tell you what, Dump Truck was on fire too, man.
Yeah.
Dump Truck was showing why he's the heavyweight champion. I mean, why he was the heavyweight champion up to this point. And Dump Truck, man, Dump Truck delivered some blows, man.
I mean, yeah, you did, man.
With some, you talking about some stomach shots, some shoulder blocks.
And what about that Vader bomb he did, man?
Yeah, yes, man. I mean, woo! I didn't think he was gonna hit that. I was thinking even though Dusty, this thing was close and they was in close proximity. When he did that, I'm thinking Dusty's gonna roll out of the way. He didn't. Big
But
Dumb Truck hit that thing, man.
Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to keep him down.
Heck no, it wasn't, man. Heck
I was
no.
like, wow. I'm like, Dusty showed a lot of heart in that match, man. He
Yes,
showed
he did.
a lot of heart. But for a match like that, you got to think, man. The title's on the line, so you got to give it everything you got. Scott Larson, our man, Scott, what's happening, man? What's going on, Scott? Good to
What's
see you,
on?
man.
What's up, Scott? Yeah, called a little bit of your show earlier today. Best of Mississippi.
Definitely.
That's you, Scott. Best east of the Mississippi. That's you, Scott. That's you.
Yeah, you the godfather of this thing, man. You the godfather, man.
We just a couple squirrels, man, trying to get a nut. Just trying to
Yeah.
run across the street, man, when the cars are coming and everything like that. And then we see
Yeah.
Scott Larson's car coming. We got to move out of the way pretty quick, man. And like I said, we just pick up the crumbs, man, of the nuts that when you roll over the nuts and leave the crumbs in the road for us, and we pick them up. And that's what we doing, Scott Larson.
Scott Larson's the godfather of this podcast thing,
No
man.
doubt, no
He's the
doubt.
godfather, man.
All right, man. But yeah, this match right here, Chris, incredible, man.
It was.
And you had, Dump Truck, poor old Dump Truck, man. I mean, Eagle came in. Let us know what went down there, Chris. When Eagle got in there, the whole.
Now let's backtrack a little bit. Earlier in the night, Eagle comes out there talking, about some family and friends and family and whatnot, 4th of July weekend, everything.
Right.
And next thing I know, Nick Fury come out there, Damian Legion come out there, and I'm like, what in the world is it? What's going on? But Eagle was talking about family needs to stick together. That's basically the whole premise of this promo. Family needs to stick together. So think about this. You got Eagle, Damian Legion, and Nick Fury.
Right.
And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, if he's doing what I think he's doing, this ain't gonna be good for nobody.
No doubt. You guys made me cry. No, not fair. APW was a great show. I watched you guys. Yes, Scott, it was a great show.
It was.
And I'm sorry, man. That I hope you switched over to maybe Jerry Eagle's feed. I mean Jay Eagle's feed. And because I ended up leaving my equipment, and I ended up putting it on my phone, and then ran out of power. I mean, pretty much running out of power, so we decided to stop. But man, it was a great show. It was just an unbelievable night of wrestling.
It was.
I was very impressed with it, and we left out of there, and we talked to Chad Colt, and we talked to Eagle, and we talked to a lot of people. Man, we talked to the people that's involved with putting this thing together. And man, they put together a great show, man. So it was amazing. It really was. And appreciate that, Scott, for checking that out. We
fast forwarding, man.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Fast forward, man. We get to the championship match, Dusty Money, Dump Truck, Lumberjack match, man. And it was a great match. Like we said, it was going back and forth, and you had the Lumberjacks out there. So you got the Lumberjacks out there, so nobody really could get an advantage. Dusty tried to roll out a couple of times. He got rolled back in, and Dump Truck got thrown out on the side of the originals. And I was like, okay, some shenanigans about to go on. But Lord and behold, surprise to me, they threw him back in the ring. No funny business. I was like, okay, nice. Excellent match. Great match. The match is going on here. And what in the hell happened next? Here come the Freebirds.
Yeah.
Out of the locker room. And oh, Lord have mercy. Here we go again.
Everything broke loose, man.
I was like, literally, the Lumberjacks start fighting. The OGs and the Freebirds start fighting. And then you still got the match going on in the ring. Man, this thing was total and complete chaos. And then next thing you know, coming down the ramp besides me, Nick Fury.
Yes.
And I'm like, why you got to throw gasoline on the fire? Yeah. He comes out there, and I'm like, this is just getting. Harry, I didn't know what was going on, man.
It's a movie back in the day, Chris, and it's a movie called The Outsiders. I don't know if you ever seen it. Had Ralph Macchio, the guy in Karate Kid, Cobra Kai movie, the Cobra
Yeah.
Kai series, Ralph Macchio. It was a movie called The Outsiders. You haven't seen it, you definitely need to see it. It's a classic. Anybody, man, that's seen it, commenting on it or whatever. But Ralph Macchio, he was.
You right,
they
Scott.
called him. I forgot they called him. I think his name was Pony Boy on this or whatever. But he come running in, and it was a gang. It was a gang called the Outside. I think
You and all these gang
gang.
movies, man.
And then, man, he come running in, and I'm just like the Warriors, man. Not as around the same. It was a better storyline. But he come in and say nobody's gonna have a rumble without me, and he went in there in that rumble, man, and they say it just was a war, and that's what this reminded me of. How long did that fight go on outside the ring?
Man,
That had to be like 8 minutes.
I think longer than that, man. Maybe about 10 minutes, man.
Probably 8-10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, and this thing was insanity. And like I said, you got all this chaos going on outside the ring, and it broke out in the crowd again.
Yeah.
And once again, you got all this chaos going on the outside, and you still got the match on the inside.
Oh, yeah.
So the match was still going on. You got bodies flying everywhere outside, man, and going out around the building and out in the street. It was crazy.
Yes, it was.
And what happens? Guess who walks down the ring with a damn crowbar, Harry? Eagle.
Yes.
Eagle comes in the ring. You got referees trying to break everything up. The officials trying to break everything up. And the referee, he worried about what's going on outside. Don't see Eagle come in, and he hits Dump Truck in the back of the head with that crowbar.
And that's it.
Rolls out the ring, gets the referee's attention. Dusty covers him. 1, 2, 3. We got a new APW heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
Dusty.
And man, you alerted me when Eagle went in there with that crowbar. Because I was so busy trying to look at what's in the ring. Look on the left-hand side, man. See what's going on over there.
And it was fighting down in front of us, man.
Yeah, and I saw Eagle come out, but I did not see that he had it. I knew he was going to have something.
And you remember, and you were there last time when he hit Dump Truck in the head with the crowbar. You were there.
Yeah, he was like, he's got a crowbar. And I look up, and I'm like, oh, my gosh. Then, bam, Dump Truck took it. He's out. Dusty Money covered him, rolled up on him. Threw the, referee back in, Chuck back in. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Then the war outside of the ring
was still going.
Yeah, drag Chuck out. Chuck's taking a beating. But before that, Jay Stunner was out. One of the lumberjacks.
Yes.
We said, Jay Stunner, stay out of it. We wanted him in the back because Jay Stunner.
He ended up beating McQueen after. That's right. We forgot McQueen was a 24/7 champion. That title can be defended anywhere, anytime, 24 hours a day.
Yes.
McQueen lost against Nick Fury. Nick was beating up Fury. Nick was beating up McQueen.
Yes.
And Stunner comes out, stops him, and sees McQueen all beat up, pins McQueen, and gets the belt.
Yeah, and ran out of there. He was gone. He was the new 24/7 champion.
Yeah.
All the way up. He was still the 24/7 champion all the way up until the last match of the night. He's out there at the lumberjack match. First, he's over there on our side, and there's 3 other guys over there, and we like, don't do it, Jay, don't do it. We like, you better get away from him. Jay went over there. He was in a neutral side. Yep. He was on the right-hand side, middle of the ring, right-hand side, by himself for a while. Somebody else
nobody messing with him, and nobody messing with him. Nothing.
He got in the ring when this stuff went down. When Eagle, his fight went into the ring. When Eagle had hit a dump truck, crowbar and everything. Stunner ended up in the ring some kind of way. Next thing you know, Mayhem McQueen got in there, rolled him up. Hit him with a fruit roll up. It's over with.
1, 2, 3. Gets his title back.
Second time, 24/7 title. Got out of there. Jay Stunner went flat crazy, and Jay Stunner was a fan favorite. I mean, he's a face, but Jay Stunner just started beating up on everybody. He lost his mind, man. He went crazy. He started beating the living daylights out of everybody out there. And
I
man,
was scared, man. I was like, man, let me tighten up
yeah,
my shoestrings, man, just because I gotta knock somebody out. I didn't know what was gonna happen.
yeah. I mean, Jay Stunner's like, man, he was waiting for some gold. Like, man, I want to have this gold. I want to have some singles gold because last time he had some gold, I think he was part of tag team. Him
Tag
and
team,
Dusty
yeah.
Money was the tag team champs.
Yep.
But Jay Stunner, man, I think he was enjoying that. But Jay Stunner miscalculated that when you have that title, that it could be taken from you at any time.
Yeah.
It could be taken to you. They can get you at the QT down the road. They can get you at the Dollar General across the street. They can
Yeah.
get you anywhere up there in Bowling Springs on that main street. You are not safe until you get to your home, and somebody might be waiting for you in the bushes. You don't know.
Man, and it was crazy because he, like I said, all that chaos going on, he gets beat. And man, next thing I know, he's like, I ain't got no gold. I done lost my title. Somebody got to pay. This Joker go get a chill.
Yeah, he was delivering it to everybody, man. He
was getting hit with the chair. He was hitting people with the chair. The referee Chuck, he got hit with a chair.
Yeah.
Nick Fury
Chuck just took a beat.
And Nick took a frying pan to somebody's head. I'm like, what?
And Nick didn't care, man. Nick didn't care. He's just vicious. Nick, man, who was holding? I can't remember who was holding Chuck, but Chuck had this look on his face, man, like, oh my gosh, man. When he saw that kick coming, it reminded me of the drop kick of you remember that old movie that me and you watched years ago, probably about 20 years ago. Me, you, and Dre, we watched that movie called The Wrestler. And Brian Gagne, he was finishing everybody off with the drop kicks.
Yeah.
And he wrestled Billy Robinson. And Billy Robinson said, I know I can take him. I can do all that stuff. And I think Ed Asner was playing the commissioner or whatever. And he was like, I don't know. He said, you just got to watch out for that drop kick. And on the end of that movie, all you saw was Vern Gagne. He was beating up Vern Gagne and everything. Vern Gagne got on the rope, bounced on the ropes a couple times, went back, came back, and he hit that up in the air, about to hit that drop kick. And Billy Robinson, you see that look on his face. And that's the same look that referee Chuck had, man, when Nick was coming at him with that foot.
And the next thing I know, Chuck laid out, he kissed Nick's foot, man. He was like, all upside the head.
That was devastating.
But you know what, man? Commissioner Albert, I know he's gonna go back and look at that film.
Yes,
and
no
he's
doubt.
Gonna be like, man, look, y'all don't put your hands on official. Y'all up there running loose in the crowd, scaring the people off. And I know Albert somebody's gonna pay some fines and some fees, man. Somebody's gonna get hit in the pocket bad, man. And it's
the passion, man. The passion. Like I said, did we rate this match between Dusty and Dumb?
No, we didn't, man. But
I'm gonna go ahead and give that 3 stars, Chris.
But I can go with 3, man.
I'm gonna give it 3 stars for the match, but then the interference by Jay Eagle and Jay Stunner getting there and getting rolled up, and that's all happened in the ring. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump that up to 4 stars. What about you?
Yeah, I can go
that up
with
to 4 stars, and then I'm gonna give it 5 stars overall because
for the
of
chaos
outside of the ring. And the passion, man, the excitement. And as far as the interviews here, and sometimes, man, I done looked at interviews and seen interviews over at APW and say, it's a little bit, went a little past the time or whatever. But everything was on point here tonight. Yeah. And I give as far as all the interview sessions and everything that night with Chad and Jackson giving their little interview, Originals talking, Jay Eagle talking, man. And Justin Edwards talking. All those guys, man.
And speaking of talking, man, after everything calmed down here, after everything was said and done, calmed down, Chad Cope gets on the mic and he says something, man. Harry, if I remember right, and I might got the time frame wrong, but at some point, if not next week, maybe the week after, but it's going to happen. He said it's going to be the Freebirds against the OGs for the tag team titles. Anything goes. Bad street fight match.
Oh, my gosh, man. Oh, my gosh.
Balls count anywhere. Anything goes. Harry, this thing might end up in your backyard, man.
Yeah. like I said, man, all the interview segments, all the segments, as far as the talking and everything, I give it that 5 stars, man.
Yeah.
Everybody was on point. That night, it was Saturday night was a beautiful night of
Yeah, it
wrestling.
was, man.
I
It
mean,
was, man.
you wasn't there, man. You missed a treat. I mean,
Yes, you did. Yes, you
it was
did.
okay, but I mean, I wish it was. Everybody would have came out, and like I say, it's
Man.
4th of July weekend, so I
We
know
get it.
that
You
right
were
there
with your
kind of like
family and friends. We
exactly,
get it. We
for the people
understand
going out of
completely.
town and everything like that. But I tell you what, definitely come out and come out, man, within this next few weeks, next couple weeks. Come out this Saturday. Come out and check out APW Championship Wrestling, man, on 122 Builders Court, Bowling Springs, South Carolina. Come check it out because I'm telling you, they got some things
Man.
brewing.
And I want to ask you something here. I want to ask you something.
Fantastic. Go ahead.
Do you think this street fight that they're gonna have for the titles? Do you think this is gonna be enough? Do you think this is gonna be enough to settle the score, man?
I wish they wasn't doing it, Chris. But I mean, it's imperative that it happens. But
I mean,
man,
but do you think it's gonna be enough?
It's not.
I mean, think about it. Think about it, man. Think about it. If the Freebirds get their titles back, do you think that's gonna soothe their anger? Do you think it's gonna calm everything down? I don't think so, man.
I don't think so, because I think Chad and Jackson, they have a lot of frustration that they want to take out on the originals. But I tell you what, the originals, you know how AJ is. When there's something, man, that's violent, and there's something that you remember how violent it was between him and Jet Morris.
Yeah.
And, but something that's violent like that, and AJ is always wanting to bring the fight. Man, he like I say, he's relentless, just like Nick Fury. He's always wanting to bring the fight, and him and Tyler Storm. So they're gonna continue on with this thing. This thing is gonna be a battle. It's gonna be rough all the way live.
Yeah, it is, man. It is. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be violent, man.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's gonna happen, man. But something's got to give, man. Something's got to give, man.
Yeah. Thanks, Jay Eagle, for
thank you.
tuning in,
Yes,
man.
thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, but I tell you,
what a night, man. What would you give the show overall, man? What would you give the show overall, man?
I got to give it 5 stars, Chris. Every match wasn't 5 stars, but I got to get, every match wasn't a 5-star match, but that didn't matter.
But overall, man, that was
the whole night, and the atmosphere, everything, as far as everything that went on that night, and the way people went out of there, and the way people responded to it.
Yeah,
5 stars all the way.
Yeah, easy, man, easy. 5
and once
stars.
again, like I will say, there was some people that left out of there. That left out of there. It was too violent. It
was too violent. They were in fear for their life, man.
Yeah,
they were in fear for their life.
It's a people. They just like, oh my gosh, man. It went to another level, and man. So, but hey, that's.
I mean, Harry, have you ever, like I said, out of all the years you've been watching, and you've been watching for a lot of years, man, you've seen a lot of stuff in wrestling. Have you ever seen fans leave a wrestling show because they were in fear of their lives?
I've seen stuff close to this. I've seen stuff like this. Man. You have to go back to the 70s, but yeah, I've seen what I probably was there when, I think not Ric Flair, but I think I was there the night when I think it was Ole got stabbed 23 times in Greenville. I was there. So, I remember when that happened. I think that was in 74, 75. I can't remember what year it was, but yeah, it might have been 76 or 75, 76. Because I was like 8, 9 years old. I went to wrestling every Monday night up until I was like 12. Every Monday night I was there. I never missed a Monday night up until I was like 13 years old, when I was in 7th grade. And that's when I was an amateur boxer, and I couldn't be there because we had some Golden Gloves that happened on Monday night. Couldn't be there, but I never missed a wrestling match. But I was there when Ole Anderson got stabbed. I was there when Blackjack Mulligan had fights in the crowd. I'm talking about real legit fights against fans, man. I mean, I'm talking about man that some of the toughest guys, man, in Greenville, South Carolina, that will fight Blackjack Mulligan and Ric Flair and all them. Them guys, man, had to fight their way to get to the ring.
But like you said, you ain't seen violence on this level and fury and anger.
40-some years, man. I mean, 40-some years. I have to go back to the 70s to see that much passion. Well, back in the 80s, you had it too. But man, it was unbelievable.
But I don't know what it's gonna take, man. But I hope and pray that this bad street fight that these 4 men gonna have, man, for these titles. I hope I hope the water can be put on the fire, man. Put this thing out.
Yeah,
But
I haven't
I
seen
strongly doubt it, Harry. I
as
strongly
far as
doubt it.
anything that me and you've been involved in, as far as since we've been on this independent scene. I haven't seen this much passion yet. I mean, the closest thing I can say is I've seen the show. We saw a show up in Rutherfordton that was close to it, but it was nowhere near. I mean, just everything about this show, man. It was just like, wow, man. I mean, you just after every match, you just like, wow, and you could feel the anticipation. You could feel the tense situation that
Yeah,
was in
yeah,
that
yeah,
building
yeah.
the whole night. So, man, this was incredible, and man, much praise go to all the guys, man. Like I say, to Chad Colt and AJ and Jay Eagle, man, for putting this thing together the way it came. It came
Yeah.
together, and
But man,
I
I
tell you what,
just
a lot of these guys like Uriah, I mean Justin Edwards, they didn't expect to be in anything like this, man. Being a war, and as far as Mayhem McQueen goes, Mayhem, look, he's a fighter. I
yeah.
mean, he's it's like he's used to stuff like this.
And,
Ryan Bullitt, he's a fighter.
oh yeah,
These
yeah.
guys are used to stuff like this, and so it's right up their alley. But when you have these new guys, man, that's in, these new guys
they
that's
just
in it,
trying to make a name for themselves, get a
yeah,
paycheck,
Uriah,
make a living. And
yeah,
you don't
Uriah,
expect to go into nothing
Justin,
like that, Harry.
yeah, no, Jackson Cage, man, these guys are new, and man, they being brought, man, they being brought through the fire, man. They are walking through the valley. They walking through the valley of death, man. Only the strong gonna survive, and we're gonna see who's gonna survive. Who are the strongest, and who can walk through that wilderness? Who can,
Yeah, man.
man, who can come out on top?
Who gonna
Who
come
can
on
be
top? You
great?
got the OGs, you got the free birds.
Yes,
Something got to give, man.
no doubt.
Something has got to give, man. But I tell you, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we definitely gonna keep an eye on this situation, man. And
Yes.
whoo, Harry, well, man, what?
Yeah, if you're on YouTube, man, hit that like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, so you can know when we're coming on. You on you here on Facebook, man, hit that like, share, join. If
Yes.
you on Twitter, hit that like, share, retweet or whatever. And later on we'll put it on Twitch and maybe another platform or whatever. But definitely do your thing on Twitch, same thing that you do on YouTube. But definitely, man, share this thing, and we appreciate everybody that's tuned in. We know that Raw is on. We know that's on, and like I say, we have lost some viewers. But I mean, we've had a lot of viewers in and out, and we definitely appreciate everybody that's come in and check this thing out, man. But like I said, Saturday night was a great night of wrestling,
and it's the 4th of July too, so man,
yeah, and once again, happy 4th of July, and I was going to put the flag up. I wanted to put my man Scott Green, who gave us the flag. But let's talk about that, man. Let's see. We got next Saturday. I mean, this Saturday coming.
Yeah, this Saturday.
This Saturday coming down to SWA in Eastern Nolly, Georgia. Is going down.
Resurrection.
Yeah, Resurrection. We have Stacy Green, and we have the American Dolls, Stacy Green and Grace Todd. They are going to get their hands on Pinky.
Finally.
Let's say Damian Studd, aka Pinky. They're going to get their hands on him. And if you're watching right now, you from SWA or wherever you at, check it out. I did take the YouTube thing, but I pretty much recorded it and I put it on our channel. So basically you can go straight to it. But I think I put the link on there too, and you can get a better sound. The quality is better because it was coming off my TV. Quality is better. You can go over and you can watch it over there on YouTube. But that thing is going down, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great show, man. Great show. We'll be there.
Yeah.
And man, if you're in the general area, any part of that side of Georgia, come on out.
Yeah, no doubt.
Greenville, you're only like an hour and 10, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes away. If you can, I know gas is a little bit high, but if you ain't got nothing going on, come on out. Check out some great action down in Georgia, Eastern Nolly, Georgia. Come check them out, man. SWA is going to be a great show, and I promise you, you won't be disappointed because we've never been disappointed anytime we go down there, man. So
that's right.
Check them out.
No doubt. And I mean, you will have some of the APW stars, veterans that will be down there. You will have AJ Frost going to be down there. You're going to have Jackson Cage up down there. You're going to have Brino Royce is going to be there. let's see, Luke Fury is going to be there. So, representing the Fury clan, the Relentless Fury clan, and he's relentless too, just like his dad. And man, then it's going to be live, man. It's going to be live.
Yeah,
we can't wait to see that and basically do some commentary down in Eastern Ollie, Georgia. So come on and check that out. And then, man, hey, Uprise, Uprise Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, definitely Uprise.
And this show right here is the benefit. Jeanette Edgerton, Christopher Burton's wife. We're gonna have a show, the Throwdown at the Armory. Come out and check that out, man. Come check it out. The Throwdown at the Armory.
July 30th. Come check it out. Check it out.
We got a lot of guys that's gonna be wrestling here. There's veterans or a lot of guys that wrestle at APW will be on this show.
Yeah, so and we're gonna have not just APW, but we're gonna have some other guys there too that are from around the area, man. So it's gonna be a great show. It's gonna be a great show.
Right, it's gonna be pretty good, man. And if you're a wrestler, like I say, come on out. And I've already talked to you about what we're gonna do for you when if you come down there. We're gonna help take care of you because, man, like I say, gas out here, it's no joke. We know that.
Yeah.
But and I know everybody knows it's a charity show, and most of the wrestlers, like I say, they didn't ask for anything like that. But we're gonna do our best to try to take care of you, and in the situation to help you out. But definitely come on out. Definitely come on out to that show, man. And we're gonna be promoting that show. Come on to Hendersonville, North Carolina. At the Armory.
East Flat Rock, North Carolina, at the Armory. Come check us out. Uprise Pro Wrestling.
I think 2025, man. East Spartanburg Highway, Spartanburg Road or whatever. But we're definitely gonna put it all up and everything. Posters when we get up there. And Chris and I, we're gonna go down. And I might go down by myself or whatever. Chris gonna go down there.
Yeah, we're gonna do some promote. We're gonna do some promote and get the word out and stuff. But
we're gonna talk to some sponsors and everything like that. We got a lot of work to do. But this right here,
it can be done. It can be done.
It can be done. This right here, the show, pretty much most of it was to wish everybody a happy 4th of July. And people out there popping firecrackers, and I mean, doing fireworks. And I know some of our viewers probably don't went out. They out doing fireworks right now too. And they said, forget about this thing. But we appreciate you checking us out. And man, like I said, great night of wrestling, man. Great night.
Great night of wrestling, man. APW can't beat it every week. Every Saturday night, 122 Builders Court spot, Bowling Springs, South Carolina. Check it out, man. Check it out.
Yeah, and Spartanburg County, get out and see it. Greenville County, Greer, get out and see it.
Yeah.
Gaffney, South
Cherokee County, get out and see
it. Cherokee County, we're all close.
Yeah.
Get out and check it out. All right. For my man Christopher Burton, I'm HBT, Harry Taylor. Me and the People's Podcaster. We're out of here. Peace.
Happy 4th, everybody. Peace. Yes.